It's game day, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, the Chicago Bulls will tip off against the OKC Thunder to start their play in this new season. I'm going to talk about that matchup, and then I'm going to go ahead and give some bold predictions for your Chicago Bulls as we head into this 2023-2024 season. You already know we're going to get into it, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shot Boys Podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on another episode of Shot Boys Podcast with me and my co-host C-Dub. If you like what you're listening to, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, shake the notification bell so every time we drop, you'll be one of the first ones to know. Now, look, the Chicago Bulls tip off tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Got a nice young team coming into town on who we going to be playing against. And, man, it should be fun watching the Chicago Bulls go against this young OKC Thunder team. I like guys over there like Josh Giddey. I like guys over there like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm interested to see what Chet Holmgren is going to bring to this NBA. I'm interested to see how those Williams guys continue to grow and mature in this NBA and see how they can finally help the OKC Thunder make the playoffs. I wish them much success, just not tonight against my Chicago Bulls. You got to go ahead and keep it a buck with you. I want them to have success, but not just tonight when they face off against the Chicago Bulls. Now, looking at the matchup, within the last 5 games, the last 5 matchups between the two teams, that's the Chicago Bulls and the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Chicago Bulls are 3-2, losing the last 2. They won the first 3 if we just looking at those last 5 games, but they definitely lost the last 2. Now, during all this, these guys, hey, we seen Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's one of the guys that's big over there doing his thing. And look, his games against Chicago Bulls, he's averaging 27.6 assists and 4 rebounds against the Chicago Bulls. And then when you look at the Chicago Bulls and their players, their top players, we got Zach LaVine. This guy bringing in, he averaging 30 points, 5 and 5. 35 and 5. And then you got DeMar DeRozan, who's only played 2 games in the Chicago Bulls uniform against the Oklahoma City Thunder, going ahead and get averaging 34 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. So I expect my 2 guys and DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine to go out and have a solid game. And I expect other guys to go ahead and step up. I'm anxious to see how Patrick Williams continues to be aggressive or if he's going to revert back to that passiveness that we once seen. I'm interested to see how Kobe White competes against the guards over there. You know what I'm saying? So we can see what's going on with him and how he's going to be able to handle the point guards and the other guards that are coming in and night out against the Chicago Bulls. We believe in Kobe White. We trust in Kobe White, but you already know you can have so much trust with somebody, but they got to do what nephew say. Put it on wax, baby. They got to put it on wax. They got to go out here and make sure that they put on a nice performance and let's start this season off on the right way. I think they will face some challenges, especially when it comes to the youth of the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out here really trying to prove a point to the others around the NBA, you know, that his team belongs in those playoffs and in those conversations of being one of the best young up-and-coming teams. So you got to be ready for that. Josh Giddey, him and his passing and his things that he can do, his all-around game for the Oklahoma City Thunder will be something that the Bulls will have to worry about. And I think that from the Bulls, you want to see the Chicago Bulls continue to take the open 3, but they also have to make the open 3. And I also want to see how these guys maneuver around for a full game as a unit now. Now, when it comes down to those last closing minutes of the game, you won't have to see the Chicago Bulls main guys sitting, you know what I'm saying, in favor of some guys that's not even on the team right now or have been shipped down to the Windy City Bulls. So you want to see the team go ahead and play fast. You want to see the guys go ahead and continue to try to, you know, stick to what the plan is when it comes to that shooting profile. But you want to see these guys make those shots. And then you want to see how you can continue to incorporate, get everyone involved. Can Kobe White pick and choose his spots the correct way? Can DeMar DeRozan, even though we seen him attempt a few 3-point shots, can he still, will the offense open up enough to where he can still operate within that mid-range and kind of mix it up to where he's still taking 3-point shots? That's going to open up the spacing for the floor. And then you also want to see how the second unit of Javon Carter, of Torrey Craig, of Andre Drummond, of Ayo Dosunmu, how can these guys compete with the second unit of the Oklahoma City Thunder? Because we all know the job of the second unit is to one, it's to either help, close up a deficit, maintain a lead, or go ahead and push that lead a little bit further. That's what the second unit is going to be. So I'm anxious to see how these guys continue to form. It is game one, so you're gonna have to take, you definitely want to look at the Chicago Bulls for a team that, that can win this game. But at the end of the day, we got to see what happens, because sometimes teams come out sloppy. Sometimes teams come out with a little bit more juice. Me personally, I think both teams will come out with a little bit of juice. But if I'm being honest, I think the Oklahoma City Thunder, with all their things going on and not having to change much with the things that they're doing offensively and defensively, because the only person that they have to plug in now is Chet Holmgren. When you're looking at the starting five for their lineup, and I think they should be good to go. But my prediction for the game is to have the Chicago Bulls win this game, and I believe it's important that they get off on a great start to the season for their confidence and for their, just so they can go out here and start making statements. I think you got to come out with your foot on the gas, and you got to put foots to asses around here. If you're the Chicago Bulls, you got to look into that type of stuff. You have to look into that type of stuff. And I think the X factor of this game is simply, it's predicated on the performance of Patrick Williams. Will he score the most points? Absolutely not. But I think that with his activity that we seen in the last game, without Zach LaVine, which I did not like, I wish Zach LaVine was there, but he wasn't. But I think the activity of Patrick Williams can go ahead and open up different things for the entirety of the game. So I hope that this guy, with not going out here and receiving a rookie contract, has fire under his ass and he's ready to go and put on a performance, because in his comments, he said, I'm trying to feed my family. So right now, my brother, they don't want to pay you. At least that's how it appears. We don't know what was offered. We don't know what was on the table, but we do know you didn't receive an extension. So you saying you playing for your family? Look, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm just a watcher. I just want to watch. But I want to watch you go ahead and perform the correct way. So go out here and do your thing, man. Your campaign for big money starts tonight. We will evaluate the whole thing over the entirety of the season. Of course, that's what everyone's going to do. But that journey to that big bag starts tonight, my guy. That starts tonight, my guy. So the Bulls, they will face a lot of challenges. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of young things going on. You got new point guard, hoping that Kobe White can go ahead and, help out a little bit. I can't wait to see the matchup between Kobe White and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, if I'm keeping it a buck with y'all. I can't wait to see it. It's because Kobe White's going to have to start stacking up some nice performances against some of these guards. And that's just the reality of it. And now if he was a six man before, or somebody coming in off the bench, and you know what I'm saying, the responsibility was still there a little bit, but not as much as it's going to be there now. You know what I'm saying? Because each night he's going to go against some type point guard that has some type of skin in the game, to where they're going to be like, hey, I'm here. And Kobe White got to match that intensity and let them know that he's here. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I'm predicting the Bulls win tonight. I think we get off on a good start. I think Zach LaVine will be the leading scorer, but I think the X factor, it has to be either Patrick Williams, who I'm gonna put first, and Kobe White. That their performance will help determine this game, in my personal opinion. Let me know how y'all feeling about all that down below. Now I want to get into some bold predictions. Hey, this the first game of the season. We headed into the season, so I'm gonna give y'all some bold predictions. Bold predictions that the Bulls will finish as a 6 seed or above. If we in the play-in, it's a failure to me. So 6 seed or above, you better get it correct. They better not come out and play no games with us. The next bold prediction is that the Bulls will remain a top defensive team. 5th in defensive rating last season. I think that when you add guys like Torrey Craig and Javon Carter, that only adds to that defensive rating, or you should be better. You see Kobe White improve. You know what Patrick Williams can do, Ayo Dosunmu can do, Alex Caruso, all defensive team guy. Then you got Drummond who can come out here and give you rebounds. I think defensive rating should remain within the top 10. Within the top 10. Then my next bold prediction, the Bulls offense will improve. Last year, these guys was 22nd in points, and they had an offensive rating of 24th. I think in both categories this season, the Chicago Bulls should be at least the top in the top 15. You should. There's no excuses at this point. There's no excuses. You better be in the top 15. We better not see 22nd and 24th. Listen to these offensive rankings. Not this season. Get it together. And I know there will be some that point to what it was in the preseason, but let's keep in mind that preseason includes the starters and guys that's going to be around and guys that are going to make the team who go ahead and jack up a bunch of shots in their efforts to try to make the team. So I'm not going to look at the preseason rankings of what happened during the 5 games that the Bulls played this preseason. I'm going to go off on just what I believe in and let y'all see that, hey, Zach is going to go ahead and do what he needs to do. DeMar's still going to put the ball in the basket. And now when you added 3-point shooting from Kobe White, Patrick Williams, Javon Carter, Alex Caruso, Ayo Dosunmu, et cetera, even Torrey Craig and Zach LaVine, yeah, I see that being a little bit more better. Next bold prediction is Zach LaVine will return as an all-star this season. Book it. I'm booking it. I'm saying book it. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But right now, I don't believe I'm gonna be wrong. Hey, they got to show me. The man will return to All-Star to becoming an All-Star again, simply because I believe the Bulls will perform better this season. I believe his overall performance as a person within himself, he's gonna be much better. And then if you look at everything that's surrounding him and all the pressure on him, he has to rise to the occasion. I am one of those guys who is saying that he's the best player on the team. Now it's time to put that on the forefront. And to follow up that, I believe DeMar DeRozan takes a back seat. Yeah, I said it. DeMar DeRozan takes a back seat this season, gang. I believe it. In the second half of last season, when the Bulls went 14-9, DeMar DeRozan took a back seat. I believe the back seat continues to be taken. I believe guys step forward. Then that guy is going to be Zach LaVine. I believe DeMar taking a step back allows others to step up. Maybe not ahead of DeMar, but that allows them to step up a little bit more. So Patrick Williams, he's going to step up a little bit. Kobe White, he's going to go ahead and get him some more shots. So DeMar DeRozan, I believe, takes a step back. We're gonna see after a few games how big that step was. Next bold prediction, I believe Kobe White will be in the most improved player conversation. He's not going to win it because I don't think his scoring output is going to be enough to compete with other guys around the league, the young guys who might have an opportunity to be the most improved player. One of those players is Tyus Jones with the Washington Wizards. I believe that he's going to score more points this season than Kobe White, so he will be placed ahead of Kobe White. And if we're looking at some of the things on how these things go, a lot of the times the voters, they look at box scores. Who's scoring crazy points? Who had a crazy jump from last year to the year that that player is playing? And that's how they kind of do it. So Kobe White will not win it, but he will be in a conversation per se. 10 points last season. I believe he gets up to about 15, 16. Hopefully, we shall see. And I don't think it's going to be enough, but it will place him in the conversation. I believe the last guy within like the last 6 years to win the most improved player with not going over 20 points was Pascal Siakam, and I believe he averaged like 17 points, and that was like 2016 or something, or around that, around those years. So Kobe White will be in the conversation, but he won't win it for sure. Last bold prediction is Patrick Williams will earn himself a bag this season. Patrick Williams about to earn himself a bag. And look, he made me look like a fool before. I ain't going to look like a fool no more. But what I'm saying is the guy's going to earn himself a bag. Now, is that going to be a big bag or a little bad. We seen a couple guys get paid within the last few days around the NBA and around the association. You seen guys go ahead and sign 4-year, $55 million. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's what Buddy got from Washington. And then you seen guys like Jaden McDaniels go ahead and give you 136. Got a contract for 136. So P. Will, you can make something around 55 million over a course of a few years, or somewhere around 100. Put it on wax, my boy. Put it on wax, my boy. But that's it for me today, y'all, man. Talked about the bold predictions. Go ahead and drop your bold predictions. Will the Bulls be good or will we suck? Drop your bold prediction down below. And then also let me know what you think the outcome of tonight's game will be versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Again, it's another episode of Shot Bulls Podcast. I'm Bobby, one of the hosts here. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, shake the notification bell, and you already know we're going to catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac.